This area here I call the boneyard. It's just a big mess of all kinds of bones out here. This is about a quarter mile from our camp, which is back this way down this kind of gully here. You got these rocky little kind of hills on either side of us here. This is an old lava field, and there's a cave here which I've been in before, and I'm gonna go in again soon, which is a lava tube. So this is, I mean, ancient volcanic activity was out here, and that's where all these rocks have come from. This is what I call my yard, my backyard, and this is the area that I call the boneyard. We had a pretty hot day today. I took Mr. Echo with me in the truck, and we went to the McDonald's, and I learned that I can use the Wi-Fi there to upload videos, so I'm kind of excited about that. But I left Dodger in the trailer. Sometimes he'd rather be in the trailer because it's a little cooler in the trailer than in the truck. He's starting to perk up now tonight because the sun's going down and it's getting a lot cooler. And it's just funny how happy he gets when it gets cooler out. Come on, let's go back to camp. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Take us back to camp. We have this whole area, I mean, basically this whole forest to ourselves. It's been pretty amazing out here. It's so quiet. And even like the bugs, there's no biting bugs. I mean, I hate to say it. I hate saying that because I feel like that's going to give me bad luck. But there's no annoying bugs out here. Well, they're annoying, but they don't bite. I can live with that. And really, if I had to say anything that was not the greatest about this camping area, it's a little dusty. It's actually really dusty. But I'm used to that, you know, in the trailer. Since you have to have the windows open because it's warm, you know, so you got to keep the windows open. You end up with a lot of dust coming in to the trailer. And you can just wipe your hand across the countertops and you'll get dust all over your hand. I mean, your hand just turns red. The dust out here is kind of mostly red. Luckily, we're fairly set back off of the main dirt road out here, so we don't get a lot of road dust, but the kind of the driveway into our campsite is just raw, just loose dust. And any breeze that comes by, it just blows it up. So those are just kind of the things you got to deal with. I'd much rather deal with dust because I can just do a wipe down in the trailer. It takes me, 30 minutes to wipe everything down. And I usually do that once we leave. And I'd much rather deal with that than the bad insects, the biting insects. Right now, I'm just hiking out here with my shirt off and got shorts on. You can see my shoes are pretty dusty. And there's not much you can do to avoid bringing dust inside the trailer. The dogs get dirty. Dodger, if you notice, like his back legs, actually all of his legs on the back side of him, they're turning black because there's a lot of charcoal on the ground here. So his legs basically track in a lot of that charcoal dust. And then Echo, he'll roll around in the dust out here. He tracks in a lot of dust. And I track in a lot of dust with my shoes. It's the last place we were camped at, it wasn't dusty. So being here, it's like it's really noticeable. It's like, oh man, this place is so dusty. But every place really has its pluses and minuses. I've been reading up about all of the burning that's been going on here, and I'm pretty sure this was a controlled burn. And if you saw in my videos recently, huge columns of smoke coming out from like out of the forest in the distance. And then it stops at night. And that's what the Forest Service does out here, is they use the wind and the weather and the daytime to do those controlled burns. I'm just surprised like how many of these trees are really burnt at the base. And some of them, there's a lot of burn damage that goes up pretty high. But I mean, I guess they know what they're doing. I have a couple things planned for the channel, which for me are like pretty exciting. They're really exciting. And of course, I'm not gonna give it away now, so don't think that. You have to stay tuned and see what happens here in the future. But I am gonna tell you this, I got one thing planned that I think is gonna be really cool for the channel. I think you all are really gonna like it. I'm super excited about it. And I think it'll bring a little bit of attention to the channel and maybe a few new subscribers. You know, some people that haven't seen the channel before will get to learn about what we're doing and how we live. So there's that. I think everybody's gonna really be excited about that when that happens. The other thing I got planned, I'm excited about, but I'm a little worried that people are going to unsubscribe when I reveal what it is. But I mean, I don't care, because this is our lifestyle. This is kind of how it goes. It's not like, oh, I'm moving into an apartment, or I'm going to open up a shop and you guys got to watch all these videos of me like opening a shop. It's not that at all. It's completely nomadic. It's completely outdoors. It's minimalist living, completely off grid, but I just think it might turn some people off. So that'd be really interesting to see what it does to the channel. And you can stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the like button. Let us know you're watching. We like to know you're watching. And leave a comment, especially right when the video is released. Leave a comment, because I respond to a lot of the comments if I can, especially right when the video gets released. I'm gonna feed the dogs. Dodger, are you hungry? Are you hungry? Yeah? Get it. Okay, now this may take a minute. Echo's got a few tricks up his sleeve. I've been working on Speak with him, honestly, for over a year now. And he can do it. He can do it. The first thing he'll do is he's gonna spit up a lot of slobber. Echo, speak. No, sit. 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 Echo, sit. Hey, sit. Sit. Good. Echo, speak. There's some slobber. Speak. Come on, speak. You can do it. Speak. Speak. Yes, yes. Good boy. Let's go. 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 Good boy. I see something shiny in the distance. Can you see that reflecting right there? We're gonna go find out what it is. Chances are very good it's just like a beer can or a chunk of metal or a mylar balloon or something like that. But you know, I like to have a reason to hike somewhere, and so this is my reason right now. Is I see something shiny in the distance. I gotta find out what it is. I'm always looking for something to pique my interest. Can you see it right there? Yeah, it looks like just some trash. It's actually really clean out here in this area, and which is really nice. If you saw like several videos ago, oh, this is the road right here too. Several videos ago, there were some partiers, like this huge group, and they were super noisy. You should watch that video just to see like how nasty people can be. I was shocked. I was shocked, and I didn't realize how disgusting it made me feel until I explored their campsite and the areas around it that they just left in not just in a trashy mess, but like it was disgusting, just disgusting. So to be in a place like this where it's actually really clean, there's rarely trash out here. And this is not a big deal. Of course, it's a Bud Light. Come on, Echo. Let's go back to camp. Now, Dodger, we're not that far from our camp, actually. You can see the trailer through the trees out there. But I just wanted to get a little bit of exercise before it gets hot and we kind of rest during the day when it's super hot out. So I wanted to get these dogs out for a little short walk at least. But I don't have Dodger's brace on right now because I want to brush him. I haven't been brushing him very much, so he's been looking kind of ratty. I haven't been brushing him just because I don't want to put pressure on his bad leg. But it's kind of interesting. Now we get to see how he walks without the brace. Because really, he's almost always wearing the brace now when we're out hiking. Actually, he's always wearing the brace when we're out hiking. And you can see his leg's a little crooked. And he doesn't seem quite as stable, which really makes me think the brace does do something. There's like more of a noticeable limp. That's really interesting. Yeah, and he's like kind of slower. Yeah, I mean, I have to say that brace, he walks better with the brace on. Ooh, another got out mystery. Dodger and I are gonna go check this out, see what this is. Remember that can that I found? Off in the distance, I saw something shiny and it was a beer can. Wow, that was exciting, huh? Now I'm finding something out here, just a little section of fence post. It's not a full length fence. It's just a couple posts with maybe some barbed wire strung up between it. Shoot, maybe it is a full fence. Either way, I can kind of guarantee it's not going to be that exciting. But that's how peaceful it is out here. Like, there's really not much going on. It's just pretty simple. Got a lot of these big holes from where they burnt the stumps. That's a big one. It's getting a little rocky here for Dodger. So we're gonna hike back to camp, but once the sun starts to go down here like it is right now, that's when I get out of the trailer and take these guys for a little hike because it's so much cooler. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, it's just a section of fencing from like this tree to that tree. And then it stops. This is our search for adventure and answers. I just find these like little mysteries when I'm out hiking. Really right now, this isn't like a real hike, it's just a walk. We're probably like a half mile from camp. And I didn't bring my backpack. I'm really, really bad. But what happens is I was kind of cooped up today because I was trying to stay cool inside the trailer with the dogs. And then I finally get outside because the sun's coming down and I just start hiking and hiking and walking and walking. So what I'm looking at here is, I mean, it's just a section of fence. It's basically hung up between these trees, and there's a couple fence posts. I don't really understand the purpose. I guess it's just for, I guess it's a pen. Oh, it's a pen. Yeah, it got burnt here. And it comes back around. So it's some sort of penned area. I imagine it has something to do with the cattle. If any of y'all are cattle farmers, cattle ranchers, oh, I'm gonna go hop in there because I see something. I guess I can just hop over it. There's like 3 fence posts right here. So as I'm walking to these fence posts to see what this little section is here, I wanted to talk about the Patreon for the Got Out channel. This is all new to me, you know. I started a Patreon because I do end up with like clips, behind the scenes stuff that got cut out. See, what's that for? You must put like food in there or something, some sort of bait. I end up with footage that I couldn't add into a regular episode, and then it just kind of gets lost, and it wouldn't make sense for me to edit it into one of the current episodes here on YouTube. So I thought the Patreon would be a good way to offer those clips to other people that wanna see that stuff. I mean, there's some pretty good stuff actually. Like if you like what we're doing, then you'll like what's there on Patreon. But I was pretty excited because I've been uploading a few videos. Only got a few videos up there, little clips and things like that. One is my worst injury that I had out here. It actually wasn't too far from where we are right now. And that, it actually happened, like the accident happened while I was rolling video. And for whatever reason, I didn't edit it into one of the regular videos. So I didn't really talk about it that much. On Patreon, I uploaded the whole clip and then I slowed it down and I did a little narration and talked about what was happening. Okay, let's go back to camp. And then behind the scenes stuff. You know, stuff that I'm kind of learning about YouTube and having a channel, and also things about this lifestyle that I guess I just don't talk about. I put a link to the Patreon on the YouTube channel. So if you go to the channel page, or it might be in the description now, but I wasn't really advertising it or anything. I just had a one link to it, and a couple people signed up, which is so awesome. Like that really pumps me up. That gets me excited that, you know, some of y'all are like vibing with what me and the dogs are doing out here. And what I really want is for y'all to get like ideas and maybe a little motivation to get out yourself in some capacity. It doesn't have to be to the kind of extreme capacity where like we live out here full time, but just to get out a little bit if you're not already doing that. I know a lot of you are full-time nomads, and I've been getting so many like cool tips and advice. It's pretty awesome, really. Some of y'all have been watching the channel and maybe you sent us something from our Amazon wish list, or you donated some cash to us through PayPal or through YouTube super thanks. And there's people that are always commenting on my videos and giving me like really good advice and motivation. And you know, there's a core group of people that have been like really awesome for me and the dogs and for the channel. And I was looking through Patreon to see if there's a way to give, you know, some people free access to the Patreon, but apparently there's no way to do that. If there was, then I would absolutely do that. But you know, at the same time, if you don't sign up for the Patreon, in a way, like, you're not really missing a whole lot, because here on the main channel, this is where I take the time to edit and make the videos like really, really watchable, you know, as watchable as I can. So just you watching right now, hitting that like button, let us know you're watching. We like to know you're watching, and making sure you're subscribed. And if you want to be notified, make sure you hit that bell, because then you'll get notified every time we upload a new video, so you won't miss any of our videos. That's all you need to do to help us out, because when you watch, that helps us out one way or another. And when you hit the like button and when you leave a comment, that does help. I'm gonna have to stop reading all the comments, because there's a lot of comments and they're really fun. Like, a lot of times I'm out here and not necessarily bored, but it's like, hey, it's something for me to do, something for me to read. I can read your all's stories and respond to the comments. Sometimes I leave like kind of long responses, but then I'm like, oh man, like I spent a couple hours doing that today. And it's like, I probably should have spent that time editing a new video so I can release more videos on a regular basis. But on Patreon, I will respond to all the comments on Patreon all the time. If you ever come hiking with me, don't expect to not get lost. Because I didn't even mean to come this way, and I am pretty lost. I have cell service here, so I can use Google Maps and stuff like that, but I'm trying not to use it, and I need to use it. That's what I'm learning. Found another bone pile right here. What the heck is this? Oh, it's a burl. I think that's what you call them. That is big. Look how big that is. It's all charred. See the size of it? It's dripping with sap here. I'm assuming it has something to do with the tree getting damaged. Maybe. There's a hole there. This is the perfect hiking weather. It's cloudy, little sprinkle every once in a while, and we made it to the area I wanted to come to. It's this big open area, like a big field. I thought maybe I'd see some deer out here, or some elk, or some antelope. It's still possible, but I'm not seeing anything yet. And there's nobody out here. Just me and Echo. Got a nice mountain view. A little bit of snow left. And this huge open area. I love it. Got my sit pad. That's just a piece of Reflectix. Y'all have seen that before. Got my pack with just some basic gear in it. No food, and I got only that much water. I put a little too much in Echo's bowl.